Hey guys, this is Mike T here for Badfish, SUP, and Boardwork Surf. We're once again in Salida, Colorado. We're going to bring you guys some more advanced river surfing tips. So hopefully you've already watched our basics video. If you haven't, check that out on our Facebook page and our YouTube site. But here we are today. We're going to get on the wave and we're going to show you guys the next step of what to do once you're already on the wave, once you've established yourself in a surf to take it to the next level. Alright, so first thing you want to think about when river surfing at a more advanced level is your fin configuration. So I'm going to be using our 611 River Surfer today, which comes with a FCS thruster setup, so a 3-fin setup. Right off the bat, it's usually good to use these FCS flexi fins. You're not going to break them. And to get the most control out of river surfing, you want to have all 3 fins in that thruster setup. So after you start feeling good on the wave, you want a little bit looser feel, you can take one out, just do 2 twin fins on the side. You can use various different FCS fins, flexi, GXs, a lighter, shorter fin. You can also play around with these little nubsters. We've been using these as a full thruster, 2 side bites, or just 1 single in the back to really keep it loose on the river. So depending on what you want to do, you've got tons of different options with these fins. Alright, so once you've established a front surf on the wave, so once you've gotten from the eddy onto the wave, you're hanging out, the best thing to do is to really just sit there and dissect the wave before you start doing tricks. The reason being is a river wave's always going to generally have the same shape as opposed to an ocean wave. So you can sit there in the wave, look around, look at the shoulders, look at the currents coming in, check out the foam pile. So you're going to figure out all the spots that you want to do your tricks before you actually start doing them. This is really going to save you some time, save you from swimming over and over if you really know where and when and how to do those tricks. Alright, so another thing you want to think about before you start doing those tricks is your foot placement. So in river surfing, you're actually going to have to move your feet quite a bit on the board. So the 4 key things for foot placement is forward and back, so towards the nose or the tail of the board. So you're going to put your front foot forward, move your back foot back, always be shuffling backwards and forward. And that's to make sure, one, that the board doesn't purl, the nose of the board doesn't dive, or if you lean too far back, you don't get flushed off the back of the wave. So just like that, side to side, you're going to have to move your feet to either side, to the toe side of the board or the heel side of the board, depending on what trick you're going to want to do. So moving your feet is critical to river surfing. So practice that over and over and over, sitting on the wave, just kind of moving your feet back and forth, seeing what it does to the board. Alright, so the first trick you're going to want to master on a river wave is carving back and forth. It's one of the most fun sensations to sit there, carve back and forth across the river wave. So a couple tips that will help you guys out to learn how to carve or carve better. One is your foot placement. So basically you're going to change your toe and heel pressure back and forth to create that carve. So more pressure on your heels, you're going to do a heel side carve, toes, toe side carve. You might have to shuffle your feet a little bit closer to each of those rails to initiate that carve, but you're going to walk back and forth with that front foot especially and apply that pressure. Another thing that really helps out, that's really critical for stand-up paddling in the river, is the paddle. So you're going to use that paddle to get power. So what you're going to do for a toe side is place that paddle in a rudder position by the tail of the board, and you can plant it there and really crank off of that paddle to initiate that toe side carve. Also with a heel carve, you can either pry away from the tail of the board, or you can do a big sweep stroke to initiate that carve and then continue to use that paddle to brace. Alright, so after you've mastered carving across the face, you're going to want to try something different. So the next step might be to do a layback, or sometimes it's referred to in the whitewater world as a grind. So first thing you might want to do is take out that rear fin. So you're going to have 2 side bite fins to make that board a little bit looser on the wave so you can slide that tail out. So to initiate the layback, what you're going to first want to do is start carving hard back and forth on the wave. Get a hard toe side carve coming to one corner of the wave. As soon as you get to the corner, you're going to switch over to your heel side and kick out your back leg. At the same time you're kicking out that back leg, you're taking a giant sweep stroke with your paddle all the way around and ending in a low brace behind your board. So you're kicked out fully, your board is sideways on the wave, you're leaning on that low brace. Once you've had enough grinding, once you decide you want to come back up, what you're going to do is reverse that sweep stroke back from behind you to your side and stand back up on that board. All right, so another great trick to learn on the river, a good basis for other river surfing tricks, is going to be the ollie. So the ollie on a river wave on our boards is very similar to a skateboard ollie. In fact, it's almost the exact same sequence that you do on a skateboard. So the keys to the ollie, first thing, is to get as high as you can on the wave without flushing off the back. You can do that by carving back and forth, getting up high, leaning back a little bit till you get up to the top of the foam pile. But basically, you want as much force going down from the top to the bottom of the river wave as possible. As soon as you hit the bottom of the river wave, you're going to generate that speed, you're going to start the ollie. So to start the ollie, you're going to lean back, pop off of your tail of the board. As soon as you pop off the tail of your board, you're going to take your front foot, jump up, sliding your front foot up the board, and then bringing your back foot up to meet that. And hopefully the board is going to release off of the wave and into the air. Once you've mastered the ollie straight down the wave, it's a great trick because there's all sorts of different variations. You can start to ollie 180, ollie to the 90 degrees and bring it back front. Tons of different variations to the ollie. It's going to be a great foundation for tons of different river surfing skills. All right, another exciting trick on a river wave is the 360. So if you watch Zach do a 360 here, Zach's going to set up very similar to some of the other tricks we've talked about. He's going to set up really high in the foam pile, that way to make sure he's going to generate as much speed coming down the face of the wave. So as he's coming down the face of the wave, he's actually going to grab cross bow with his paddle to initiate that spin. He's going to wind up his torso, and then he's going to unload his torso as he spins. So he's going to grab cross bow. He's going to make sure that he pays attention to the weight of his body on that board. He's going to place the weight of his body right in the center point over the front foot on that board, leaning just a little bit forward to release those fins out of the water. So he's also going to make sure that he's having the correct toe and heel pressure, not to dive those edges so you fall in the water. So after he's got all that balance, he's going to ride that spin out, and he's always got that paddle there to brace to finish if he needs to make little corrections. So he's going to spin it around, keep surfing. Right, so another new and exciting trick we just unlocked this summer here in Salida, Colorado is the pop shove it. So just like a skateboard, you're going to pop shove it the board. It's going to do a 180 degree spin in the air, and you're going to land back. So like our other tricks, this is going to combine the ollie and some other surfing techniques. So what you're going to want to do is get up high in the foam pile, blast down the face of the wave to generate as much momentum and as much energy as you can. So once you ollie off of the wave, you're going to kick that board around 180 degrees in the air. You're going to land back down on that board. So you're going to be surfing backwards with your fins first. So once again, this is Mike T for Badfish, SUP, and Boardwork Surf. Thanks for watching. Hopefully these tips are going to help you guys take it to the next level while river surfing. Remember, this is a brand new sport. The sky's the limit for river surfing. We're always learning new tricks, pushing each other, getting new things happening on the river, which is great. So share your new tricks with us. We'll keep sharing them with you, and we'll see you on the river.